Yo, what is up, boys? Today is not moto vlog day. Today we are putting Underglow on my Honda Grom. I will explain why I'm putting Underglow on the Honda Grom in just a second, but ignore me if I look filthy. I just filmed a video before this about the Miata. You either have seen it or will see it, and I got super disgusting, so ignore me. I'm not a dirty guy, I promise. Now, the reason I'm putting Underglow on the Honda Grom is not for a cool factor. Yeah, it's probably gonna look good and look cool, but the main reason I wanna do it is because this thing is small and the lights are very dim and it is very hard to see me at night. And I figure if we put some rock light, they're rock lights, Underglow, kind of the same thing. So I figured if we put a couple of these on there, they're very small, they're Kimimoto. Kimimoto, please send me some parts. This whole bike is Kimimoto'd out. I'm sick of spending money. Anyway, I figured these would be easier to hide and probably easier to run than LED strips would be. So I'm thinking maybe 2 or 3 at max. I have 8 that I could play with. We're just gonna have to see how easy it is. As you can kind of tell, we're losing daylight. The Miata video took a little bit longer than I thought. You know, it is what it is. What are you gonna do? We have got everything that we would need right here. We got the lights, the extenders, the remote switch, the wires, wire strippers, isopropyl alcohol to clean the surface that they're gonna stick to, and a bunch of terminals for the battery. So I think we have everything. Enough yapping. Let's get to planning out where we're gonna put these. So my first initial thoughts are, I'm thinking I just recently did this tail tidy. I did a video on that. Go check it out if it's out. And if you look, there's a nice surface either right here or I'm thinking right here, and I can run the wire from the battery out to here, and then we can maybe run a connection from somewhere down here. But I'm thinking one is definitely gonna go right here. On the front, I haven't really decided where I'm gonna go. I was kind of thinking under the headlight right here, but I don't know how I could get the wires there. I'm not really a wiring guy, as you're about to find out. Maybe right here, but it's kind of uneven. I don't know, maybe, I don't know if it gets too hot right here from the motor, but one could easily fit right there. And then I could run the wire right up into here and next to behind this fender, and then up in here somewhere, possibly. I'm gonna sit here for a sec and figure out where we're gonna put them. So I just got one out and it does perfectly fit right there. Like if I line it up, but I wonder if it's gonna get too hot from the motor. It's a possibility, but I don't hate that, maybe. And then we'd have all of this and all of the back, because I think these little suckers are bright. I probably should see how bright they are before I do all this, and maybe we'll do that. So first things first, get the seat off. You guys, I got rid of the strap. You like it? I think it looks so much better, but it makes the seat a little bit harder to come off, even though, yes, I did have to add washers underneath here. I did have to do that, but you know, it's worth it. I think it looks better without the strap on it. All right, shout out to the Miata for being our parts tray today. And see, what I'm thinking is there's a hole in here somewhere. Where is that? Oh, right there. And I could feed the wire out to boom right there. But I'm thinking we should probably test to see if they're bright and make sure they work, because, you know, Amazon. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Get these wires stripped and figured out. So here's our baggie with our wires. This white wire I'm not going to use right now, because that's if I want to connect it to my brake light. They'll all go off, but no. Maybe down the line, but not right now. So I need red, black. So we're just going to expose a little bit more. Hopefully these wire strippers don't like break the wire. Oh, boom, look at that. Now that's a lot, but whatever. What are you gonna do? It's my bike, it's my project, leave me alone. I'll try to do less on this one. There. And it ended up being the exact same amount. Okay, why isn't that coming off? Don't judge my dirty fingernails, okay? Like I said, I was doing a video, it got dirty, it got messy. I don't know if you guys heard that. That car is about to blow up. Dude is living on edge, I'll put it that way. He is. I wonder how these extenders work, but we'll figure out. Let's just make sure at least one works so we know what we're doing and we're doing it the right way. Okay. Don't fall, please. I'm just gonna like get enough to where I can slip it underneath there. Can I slip it underneath there? Yes, I can. Hopefully I don't get shocked. I don't do wires. I'm not a scientist. I'm not Albert Einstein, sorry. Good, it already has an inline fuse, so I don't have to run one. Perfect. Shout out Nilight, even though they didn't send me anything, but you could. Here we go. When this comes out, dude, it is the biggest, it is actually the biggest pain in my gosh, and it came out. I basically have to get a flathead, like I have to get something in there to get this screw to bite, because the screw is not long enough to like go into that metal block below it, if that makes sense. So let me get a pick. Let's see how fast we can do this. So like I was saying, there's a little metal bar in here that the screw bites into, but that screw isn't long enough for it. So I basically have to get it high enough to where it bites, and it would be impossible for you guys to see and tell. But if all I have to do is get underneath it. You guys don't have to watch me struggle with this. I'll bring you back when I have it bitten. Of course, as soon as I stopped, I did indeed get it, but now I have to play the dangerous game of loosening enough where I can get this wire underneath it, but not loosening that bolt off again. So I think I just did it. Let's see if we can't fish our red wire, get white out of our way, and we should be able to just sneak it under here good enough to test. Okay, and now let's do black. Hopefully it doesn't shock me or I short anything out. Underneath there, boom, bomb, bang. Now let's take this light. Oh, look at there, boom. So we have red. Now what I'm gonna do, it's probably stupid, but I'm gonna go grab another few of them and just have some that I know are good. So we know this one's known good. All right, we're good. So let's get this out and trying to figure out how we're gonna run this actually. So now what we're gonna do is I have 500 connectors like you saw, and we're gonna see which one fits on the battery. I don't think I have any that will go through, but we won't know. Let's see, first try. It fits. Let's go, boys. You see that? Boom. So let's do that. Let's get the wires into both of these yellow connectors. So now we're gonna, thing I hate doing the most, crimping, because it seems to never work. Am I gonna solder it? No. I don't have a solder gun, so deal with it. I could almost maybe fold this over though, just to make it a little bit thicker. Is that bad? I don't know, but we're gonna find out, aren't we? So boom, just like that. And now we're gonna crimp that. Grab our crimpy wimpies. Oh God, back to this again. What fits that one? Yeah. Is that the crimper or is this the crimper? I don't know. About to find out. Oh, the wire fell out. I don't understand how wire crimpers work. Help me. I'm an idiot, but it's okay. I guess I'm just gonna send it home on this one, but I feel like it's gonna break it. It did, it just poked right through it. But it stayed in there. Well, let me try the other crimper and see if that worked any better. Or if it's, maybe I should have crimped it up here. Yep, I should have crimped it up here. Okay, well, now I know. Now I know. Why is it cutting this in half? Are these like not designed to be crimped or something? Because that poked a hole in it. Let me just do another one. I'm gonna do another one and see if I can get this to crimp the right way. Maybe that, but I feel like that was going through it too, no? Yeah, it's ripping right through. So maybe it's just these cheap connectors because it's going right through and I don't think it should be. So it's gonna cut off, it's gonna.
Hello darkness, my old friend.
It's gonna cut off the remaining plastic, but that's what we got to work with. So we're dealing with it. There we go. All right. Ginger. Be ginger.
Mother of mercy!
Here we go. See, we're not in the cutters, by the way. The cutters are up here, so don't be like,
Hey, you're putting it in cutter.
no, I'm not. Ginger. Just get it to squeeze. Just squeeze a little bit. I felt a good squish. Let's give it one more good squish. All right, I gotta give her a little bit of monkey grip. Sorry, don't cut in half though, please. Just ginger. Just like ginger. Ginger. It's gonna come out. I'm tweaking. That's about as hard as I could squeeze. Almost passed out. And it wants to come right out. It's loosey-goosey, but it's like not coming out. Like I'm yanking on that thing and it ain't coming out. Ay! Gentle. I hate this, dude. I just cut it. I am not having a lot of fun right now. I just cut it. Like, these are squished. This sucks. You don't have to watch me do this anymore. I'll bring you back when I have it connected. Oh, I just shit my pants. I thought it fell off.
Did you?
I won the battle. This plastic did not survive, but it's crimped. That took 45 minutes. So now that I can't feel my hands anymore and the wire stripper is engaged, engraved into my palm, now time to move on to the other part. And just to make sure, I'm gonna tape the ends of these connectors. I really gotta hurry because I am losing daylight. How does this work? Excuse me, fly. So battery, one of the lights. Let's see if we can fit this through this tiny hole right through here. Oh, she's through there. Got it. And now she's down here. Boop, just like that. Boom. And then we can run that here, and then we will run the other one. Maybe it can go down here. Maybe it should go down here to be more hidden. Well, I want as little bit of wire out as possible. So now how do I run the other one is the question. How do I get it? Maybe I go right behind here, maybe that. Yeah, all right, let me get that wired up and I'll bring you back. So here's how I kind of have it done right now. I'm gonna have this one attached right here, and I'm gonna obviously suck up the extra wire, right? So we're gonna put, boom, this wire is gonna get sucked up into there, and then I have it ran through here kind of hidden, coming out right here. I know it's really hard to see. And then I'm gonna possibly tuck it behind here somehow. Maybe zip tie it to maybe this breather tube. I think that's a breather tube. Yeah, I think it might just be a breather tube. Suck it to that or hide it here, and then boom, we can go right to here. Obviously, like I said, this gets hot, so I don't know how that's gonna affect it. Yep, I think I like that. Let's do that. We're gonna clean the spot and hope we trust this tape. So we're gonna hit a little isopropyl. I think that's what you use. I don't know. That's what I see people using, I think. So I'm just gonna cover this sheath in it. How much? Yep, and then we're gonna, right here, I'm gonna distill it, or what's the word? Sterilize it. I've never done this. That looks really good. I have some cuts in my finger from a little bit earlier today. Oh my gosh, that does not feel good. All right, boom. I don't know why I just said it like that. No turning back, here we go. Hopefully this is a 3M or Nilight didn't cheap out on the sticky stuff. Here we go, right there. Here we go. I'm just gonna sit here and hold it for like 30 seconds. So I'll be back in 30 seconds. Boom, I think that looks pretty good. And that's hidden up there. There's actually a really nice channel right here that you can like run everything through. And then I don't even have to really zip tie it because it's tight right here. As you can see, that's the only wire that's really exposed right now is this one tiny one. And the rest is tucked behind here. So now it's time to work on the back of the bike. All right, now we've got a lot of extra slack. So I'm just gonna pull this through. Like I said, I'm only doing 2 for right now because I really think that's all this bike is gonna need. I'm not trying to like make it boom, you know, I just want it to be like, oh, if you don't see my blinkers, tiny little, look at the size of this taillight. I mean, you know, my girl decides she wants to end our life. All she's got to do is just hit one of these while she's sitting on the back. And these aren't daytime running lights. So I just want it to cast a little bit more light and, you know, hopefully help me see a little bit better. So it might be a little Captain McJanko, but I don't care. It's my Grom. Hear me out. This is what I'm thinking about doing. There is this random hole that leads to absolutely, I feel like there's a screw up there. It leads to something, I don't know what, but since this is a hole, nobody's gonna look under this hole anyway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shove that connector in that hole and tape it up in here. So then that connector is hidden and then I just have to hide this wire. And then the other connector is up, hidden, ran through the seat where my blinker wire is. So no connector is exposed. I think that's the best way to do it. And honestly, that's the way that I'm gonna do it. So I'm gonna get this connector taped up in there and we'll finalize everything up. Just like that. Oh, see what I'm saying? Look at that. I don't think it looked half bad. And I'm just gonna do another tape little thing just to be safe. Sorry, now I'm gonna alcohol this, tape this down, and we're gonna be golden, dude. Boink. 1, 2, 3. I'll be back in 30 seconds. So now let's figure out where all these wires are. And then this came with a sticky pad, but I don't know where I want to stick this yet. So we're going to figure that out at a later date. It'll be fine just laying in here. Okay. If you hate it, I'll deal with it. Now this white one is useless. So we'll just hide that in here for now. I'll zip tie it up later. Let's just make sure that they work before I make it, you know, permanent and have to deal with all that stuff. Now the part I didn't really want to do is take these screws completely out. Well, we might as well do the harder one first. So positive, here we go. Now this is the tedious part that I cannot stand, I don't like, it's stupid as hell. So what I have to do is get this pick underneath this chunk of metal. It's easier going in from this side. Get this pick underneath this chunk of metal and not push it out like I just did and try to pop it up like that. And we might just have it. Now all I have to do is get it to line up with this hole. We don't have it. It's very tedious work and it sucks and I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I wish there was like an easier way. I'll be 100% honest with you. If there's an easier way, please let me know. Please bite, you little hoe. And that's what we have to do. Oh gosh. My back. Now I don't think this one's as bad, but it might be. And boom, just like that. And they lit up. I see them lighting up down there. Do you see it? Let's go, boys. Let's see. Oh yeah. And they both lit up. Oh, that looks so cool. All right. Obviously you're not gonna be able to tell until the daytime, but as you can see, boom, and boom, it lights up the motor just like that. So let's, we're gonna wait a little bit maybe. I'm gonna tuck up all these wires, zip tie them. When it gets a little bit darker, I will bring you back and we will see what they look like and we'll play with them. All right, so as you can tell, you probably can't see anything because it is dark. It's still twilight, so it's not pitch black, but Papa T arrived. Some videos coming on this. I know you can't really see it, and that's kind of the good part. You can't really tell, but there's gonna be some videos coming on this right here. But here we go. Do we think 2 was enough? Let's see, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, oh yeah, look at that. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get it off the motorcycle stand. I'll show you what that looks like off the stand. So that is what she looks like completely on the ground. I wish it was a little bit brighter, but I'm not too worried about it. And you can also see we can change the colors here if I remember the button. So if we hit A, you can go through all the different colors. I'm probably gonna run it white or blue. Blue looks pretty sick. There's white. Look at those. Yeah, that is frickin' awesome. And then boom. Obviously we cannot run that. And then this one changes through the different, you can speed it up. So it changes and it goes through all of them. We can go here and then we can make it all the colors flash, which, you know, probably won't do because I don't want to get in trouble. But that is what she looks like with 2 of those Nilight pod lights. Let me get to a color I want, probably that one. Ooh, lightning behind me. So I think we're successful. I'm gonna let these cure. I'm gonna go on a little bit of a ride. I'm sure it should be fine, but I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you wanna do Underglow in your Grom, you saw me do it and how easy it was, and I'm not very good with wiring. If you wanna run more than 2, now you know what 2 of them look like. I think 2 is perfectly fine. 1 right there, 1 back there. I just don't know where I could have fit any more that would have looked good. But other than that, I think it looks phenomenal. So thank you guys for watching, and you already know the drill. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, comment, share with a friend, and I'll see you in the next one. Later.